The perimeter alarm shriek shattered the midnight quiet like breaking glass. Kael's stolen signal pulse painted the training yard in frequencies of panic and movement. Beyond the walls, the approaching signals had multiplied, dozens of resonants moving with military precision through terrain that should have killed them. Not random raiders. A coordinated assault. Hollow collective. Sable's hard-light staff dissolved as her expression shifted from training partner to warrior. Full raid formation. The alarm's pitch climbed higher, cycling through emergency codes that made Kael's bones ache. Around the compound, floodlights blazed to life while blast shutters slammed down over critical infrastructure. The transformation from peaceful outpost to fortress happened in seconds. All non-resonants to shelter stations. Okafor's voice boomed across the compound speakers, calm authority cutting through chaos. Repeat, all non-resonants to designated safe zones immediately. Sable was already moving toward the armory, her stride purposeful and deadly. That means you, Kael. Get to the bunkers. He took 2 steps toward the main building, then stopped. Through the walls, his enhanced senses caught fragments of what was happening, resonance scrambling to defensive positions, weapons charging, the steady rhythm of professional soldiers preparing for war. But underneath the organized response, something else registered in his perception. The first casualty screamed from somewhere near the eastern wall. Kael's pulse swept outward involuntarily, painting the scene in terrible clarity, a resonance signal flickering, weakening, going dark. Someone was down. Someone was dying. Go. Sable's shout cut through his paralysis. You can't help here. But she was wrong. The attacking signals moved in patterns his stolen abilities could read, flanking maneuvers, coordinated strikes, weak points in their formation that the defenders couldn't see from ground level. He had information that could save lives. Information that would be wasted if he cowered in a bunker while people died. Kael sprinted toward the eastern wall instead of the shelters. Chaos greeted him at the ramparts. Resonants crouched behind reinforced barriers, their abilities painting the night in brilliant displays of power. Conductors threw hardlight spears into the darkness while weavers reshaped the wall itself into defensive spikes. The air tasted like ozone and copper, heavy with unleashed energy. Commander Okafor stood at the wall's center like a pillar of calm authority, his prosthetic arm interfacing with tactical displays that showed troop positions in real time. His deep voice carried across the battlefield, coordinating defenses with military precision. 3rd Squad, reinforce the south gate. Signal activity indicates secondary assault vector. A hollow collective weaver emerged from the tree line, hands glowing with molecular manipulation energy. The wall beneath Kael's feet began to soften, stone flowing like water under the attacker's influence. Defenders scrambled backward as their cover dissolved. Northwest tree lean. Kael's shout carried across the ramparts. 3 conductors, moving to flank position 7. His stolen signal pulse had painted them in perfect clarity, enemy resonance using the terrain's natural signal shadows to mask their approach. Information the defenders desperately needed but couldn't access without proper reconnaissance. Okafor's head snapped toward him. What are you doing here, cadet? I can see them. Kael pointed toward the flanking force that was invisible to normal perception. Their signal patterns, their positions. Someone needs to. Sable's constructs erupted from the darkness like golden lightning. Her hardlight spears punched through the flanking conductors' positions with surgical precision, disrupting their coordination before they could complete their attack. The constructs moved with deadly ballet, flowing from weapon to shield to platform as she adapted to each threat. Confirmed hits on northwest approach. Her voice carried professional satisfaction. Good intel, Morrow. More attackers emerged from multiple vectors, a coordinated assault designed to overwhelm the outpost's defenses through sheer numbers and tactical superiority. But Kael's enhanced perception gave the defenders something they'd never had before: perfect battlefield awareness. Eastern slope, 2 phasewalkers moving through the rocks. Southern approach, Weaver preparing barrier dissolution. Central assault, 6 conductors in formation Alpha. Each callout resulted in defensive fire, coordinated responses that turned the raiders' advantages into vulnerabilities. What should have been a devastating surprise attack became a shooting gallery, with Outpost Blackthorn's defenders picking off attackers with methodical efficiency. The battle raged for 20 minutes that felt like hours. Then, as suddenly as it had begun, the assault faltered. The surviving Hollow Collective forces melted back into the zone's twisted landscape, carrying their wounded and leaving only silence behind. All clear. Okafor's voice carried across the ramparts. Damage assessment teams, report to. A figure walked through the front gate. Not climbed the walls or broke through barriers. Walked. As if the reinforced portal was nothing more than mist. A tall woman in Hollow Collective colors moved with unhurried confidence toward the compound's heart, and every resonant ability in range simply stopped. Sable's hard-light constructs shattered like glass. The defensive barriers Weavers had shaped from stone crumbled to dust. Around the entire perimeter, resonant abilities flickered and died like candles in a hurricane. A null. A true one, not some minor dampening field but absolute negation of the resonance itself. In the terrible silence that followed, Kael waited for his own abilities to fail, for the constant stream of system information to vanish like everyone else's power. The targeting overlays remained steady. His enhanced perception continued functioning. The stolen abilities sat ready in his mind, completely unaffected by the null's presence. Interesting, came the frequency's whisper in his thoughts. She cannot touch what is already broken. Horror flooded through him as understanding crystallized. Whatever he'd become, whatever the fragment had made him, he was no longer truly human. No longer subject to the same rules that governed every other resonant on Earth. The null smiled and stepped deeper into the compound, her presence a void that devoured light and hope in equal measure.